Oh, I'm building this app. Look how good it is. Airbnb amenity detection. This is part of my Airbnb project, but that's not what you're here for. You're there to move. We'll put another video up when that's finished. In the meantime, check out streamlit.io. Amazing. That's a real thing. Let's get some light in here. I've been coding in basically a dungeon. It is day 18 for Restaurona. And I'm so excited because my upper body's a little bit sore, you know, after doing these bodyweight workouts. That's why it's important. Bodyweight workouts might seem a little bit more easier than say a weighted routine or something like that, but that means they're easier to overtrain. So it's important that if you are doing the 10 minutes per day of bodyweight exercises while you're inside, if you've been following along this series, if you're just watching this randomly, be careful, beware with bodyweight exercises. Yes, they may seem easier, but they also are easier to overtrain, which means your muscles will get too fatigued. Short story is, rest when you need to rest. Let's get 10 minutes on the clock. Lower body focus today. We have a bodyweight squat, a split squat, a side lunge, a jump squat, and a chair lunge. I actually need a chair. We'll be back in a second. We got the chair. Now, don't make the same mistake. Oh, I did start this workout off with the chair. But before we do get started, I just want to give a big shout out to the man behind the camera. Big Wham, it is his birthday today, April 3rd. He turns 20 years old, born in the year 2000. I always tell him this story. I remember when he was a little baby, no one could get him to stop crying, except for me. I remember I was about 7 years old, holding him on my chest, and he stopped crying. Even though Mum couldn't get him to stop crying. I felt really special that day. So happy birthday, Big Wham. Love you. Thank you for your help. All right, let's get started. You know, this app puts little quotes there. The reason I don't carry a mobile phone is I don't want people to know where I am. That's the reason why my mobile phone lives in the drawer most of the day. Distraction device. Let's get started. You know the drill. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We're starting with a bodyweight squat. Oh, yes. This feels good already. Good already. This is one of my favorite times of the day. Being able to do Restaurona. So again, we're not overexerting ourselves. We're just getting 10 minutes of movement in every day. Whether it be in a walk, whether it be in stretching, or whether it be what we're doing right now with some bodyweight exercises. Let's tick that off. Bodyweight squat. And you might be wondering, what is the theme of today's workout? It's a work versus life. So you often hear a lot of the time, work-life balance. And so what's happening in the world at the moment is it's kind of all being merged into one. And that's why, what are we on? Split squats. So this one, just nice and small like this. Nice and small split, left foot forward for the first one. It's like a lunge, but not as far forward as a lunge. So it's just your knee is coming down to meet your ankle. Your back knee meets your front ankle. There we go. See how your balance is. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. I'm just going at a steady pace here. There we go. So right now, a lot of people are working from home, maybe you are, but life and work have kind of merged. So you might be at home, your whole family's at home, your kids at home, and you're trying to work at the same time. And you often hear people discuss work-life balance, or maybe I'm working too much, maybe I'm living too much. I don't think there's such a thing, right? Because how can you live too much? You see, I've tried to take a perspective. Side lunge. So this one we're going to go start here. We'll go left leg actually, because that way we'll keep consistent. That's it. So start standing up vertical, out to the side, and back up, out to the side. Oh, feel that stretch. I'm feeling that stretch right in my right hip. And oftentimes life is separated from work. And sure, I see it a little bit differently, or at least I try to trick myself into seeing it differently. One more for good luck because we started late. There we go. They're both the same thing. You see, work kind of has a negative connotation to it, whereas it was like, oh, I got work. Oh, I'm busy. You know that feeling when people talk about work? Where it's like, no, if you treat work as play, whatever you're doing, if you're learning something hard, you could go, every time you learn a new thing, it's like you're dancing. You're dancing from one point to the other. What do we got? Jump squats. Let's go down here. Throw your hands up like this. That's it. And you turn it into a game. It can be whatever kind of work there is. And of course, there are going to be times where you have to work on things you don't really want to work on. And that's going to just be a grind. But the same philosophy applies. You can turn it into a game. You know what that's? How do you get a group of kids to do anything they want? Anything you want. Have you ever had a group of 9-year-olds, for example, if you're at a jiu-jitsu class and you want them to all do some kind of drill? What do? You turn it into a competition. Because then everyone sees the work of the drill as play. So what do I got next? Chair lunge. Left leg forward. We're going right leg on the chair. Come forward. Find your balance. Kneel right down. Feel that stretch. That's it. Up. Down. Yes, that's it. Hold it. Up. Went for a beautiful walk at sunrise this morning. Absolutely amazing to get out in nature. Every day with some kind of walk is a good day. Every day with some kind of movement is a good day. Every day when it's your little brother's birthday is a good day. Now we're back to bodyweight squats. We've been through it through one time. You know, I was saying to someone, I know, I'm not going to mention their name or whatever. Just leave it at that. We're having a conversation how, we wanted to do this thing. Bodyweight squat. Let's go here. We wanted to do this thing. Keep moving, I'm watching you. Let's go, bodyweight squat. Where it was a life event, put it that way. It's like, oh no, I got work. Now this life event wasn't too big. It could have just been a half an hour. And come to the realization, it's like, no, I got work. It takes priority over this life event. Which, this life event didn't happen, or doesn't happen very often. You could probably guess what doesn't happen very often and is today. And I said, I came to the thought, why is work allowed to get in the way of life, but life isn't allowed to get in the way of work? Except for now, because there's an absolute health crisis. No T in crisis. What do we got? Split squats, this time right leg forward. There we go. Keep it up. Let's go. We're moving. We're philosophizing. Yeah, I thought, why is it generally okay for work? Someone says, you're trying to keep up with me, man. Oh, there we go. Like the example could be, why can't you say it's a Wednesday and it's like 2 p.m. And you wanted to watch a movie for 2 hours, but you're like, oh no, I got work for 2 hours. But then it's like Friday night and it's 5 p.m. and you're supposed to be finished work or whatever time you finish. And then it's like, oh, you were supposed to have some dinner on Friday evening. It's like, oh no, work's going overtime. And the work going overtime would be seen as okay. We're into side lunges, we're going to the right. The work going overtime would be like, people are like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Well, maybe you won't, but if you don't, that's a good thing. But if you just wanted to blow off work on a Wednesday afternoon and just go, yeah, I'm going to watch a movie and chill out. Why is that? What's the difference there? You know? Except in a health crisis where a lot of people losing their jobs, it's now a big time to reconsider what's valuable. I said in a little post that I did yesterday, I've been thoroughly enjoying the dinners we've been having together as a family on the back deck, and it's sort of it wouldn't happen as often as it's happening now. And we got up the conversation, it's like, what's like most important in this time? And as always, number one came out as what, Sam?
Family.
Family? Oh, that's great. Wasn't what I was thinking of, but it's very close. Health. But they're, again, one and the same. Just like life and work can be the same. Family and health, same thing. What happens when a family member gets ill? What can you think of? Nothing except that. Keep it up, let's jump. B-E-A, beautiful. How good is jumping? Now, when a family member gets ill, what can you think of? Nothing but that family member getting better. When you get sick, what do you think of? A sick person wants one thing. A healthy person wants 10,000 things. So let's go. We got chair lunges to finish off. This time we're going right foot forward. We're putting our right foot forward, getting our reps to Rona in. That's it. I can't believe it. My littlest brother is 20 years old. Making me feel old. And not so little, actually. Oh, look at that! Guess what? It's 18 days in a row. 18 days of moving, working up a little sweat, keeping our hands nice and clean, getting rid of that virus, and staying indoors, doing our part. Let me just pause this so it doesn't go over.
Workout pause.
Doing our part, helping out where we can. So, thank you for joining in. Today was a lower body session. We started off with the bodyweight squat, did the split squat, side lunge, jump squat, chair lunge. Again, you don't have to do these things day to day. If you need to rest, take rest. If you want to do a little bit more of an extension, of course you can. But thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, life versus work. Is there such a thing as work-life balance, or are they just the same thing remixed? We'll see you tomorrow.